And hello there! Let's keep your week rolling just right with the right mix of news and conversations. Now, whether you're joining us online, on TV, or on the radio, hop on and join the chat. I'm Paolo del Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to Beautiful Day!
Sorry, medyo
Nahuli
late
ka.
ako. Nahuli ako
Kasi
doon.
baka pinapractice mo yung British accent mo kasi.
Bakit yung British accent?
Kasi nakakagulat yung mga taong bigla-biglang nagbe-British accent pala.
Nakakagulat talaga yun.
Right.
Buti na lang, it's not just a smashing day. It's not just a beautiful day. It's a smashing day.
A smashing day.
Smashing day. Of course, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever else. Where can they find us at?
Facebook, YouTube, you said it.
Yeah. Hindi lang yan.
So like, share, and comment, guys. Right now, we're live there. You can send us your messages, your requests, your shoutouts, your questions for our guests later on. And also, we are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM, and we are also on their Facebook page. Diba? So there are so many ways to get in touch with me and Paolo and join us for the next hour and a half. We are going to be Later on, we're going to be hanging out with a children's book author. Yeah,
yes.
His name is Marbin. I had to ask him, kanina sa makeup room, I had to ask him, is your name pronounced Marbin or Marbin? Yeah, so
And
he
it
said
is?
it's Marbin.
Marbin.
Marbin with a B.
Okay,
So it's Marbin Macalino.
Just want to make sure we have the accent and the pronunciation.
Marbin
right.
Macalino.
Marbin Macalino.
Yes.
We'll be
And
hanging
his-
out with him later on. But of course, we're available, by the way, also in the UK. Just so everyone knows. Kasi worldwide tayo. We
Yeah,
actually have
worldwide.
listeners from the UK.
Yeah, we had a viewer
Yeah,
one
a viewer,
time
yeah.
who sent us a message from London.
From London.
From London.
Smashing.
Tapos,
All right.
Connecticut, USA.
Connecticut
Hindi
din.
Green Hills, ha?
Oh.
Oo.
Pero yung tanong ko naman, ano yung accent ng Connecticut?
I have no idea.
I have no
Hindi
idea
ko kaya
either.
yung mga yung mga
American,
US. Yeah.
mga American accent. Oh,
Yeah.
parang mas madali
Just
kasi
yung mga
mag-British
California
accent
accent that I hear from the SNL. I know.
Hindi, pero yung California
Like, what
accent,
are you doing here?
parang onion na rin yun eh. But of course, later on Weather HQ, we'll also have a very interesting conversation. MMDA Chairman Romando Artes will join us later on. He's going to give us a bit of updates about yung Manila trash situation. Of course, flood mitigation initiatives. Kasi sa Manila in particular, nilipat na daw yung landfill na gagamitin ng City of Manila. And
Okay.
it's been slightly controversial. So we're gonna address some of the issues there. And it includes mga factors like yung mga coordination with the LGUs when it comes to the management of solid waste dito sa Manila area, in particular Metro Manila. So we'll find out more about that later on. But of course, we also have our favorite segment here, Love Hacks mamaya with
Love
Coach
hacks.
V.
Very controversial topic
Yes.
again. Why do people marry the next person they meet after a long-term relationship? Ako meron akong theory.
Ano theory mo?
Rebound.
Rebound. Rebound talaga.
Kasi broken-hearted ka. So you want to move on to the next best thing.
I don't know if it's the next best thing. I just think na kapag matagal na yung relationship or your previous relationship, you now know what you want more and parang mas specific na. So you already know kung ano yung mga red flags or the mistakes for long-term
Yeah,
relationships.
but then you jump into the next one and marry that person instantly.
Di naman
I think
instant.
even
Bigyan mo
before-
naman ng ano. Like, oo.
Later, may mga example, mga 1 year after they broke up, they got married na, di ba?
May mga ganun.
May mga ganon.
na.
So parang they just really go to the next person and probably just pour out all their heartaches there and then they end up getting married. So for me, that's only my theory. Later on, we'll ask Coach V what are the other reasons why they, marry the next person.
And not only that, very science-based naman si Coach V.
Yes, very
so we're going
science-based.
to hear more about yung mga takes niya.
Yeah.
And of course, kung may matamaan naman dyan,
Sorry.
yes. All right. Of course, we mentioned a while ago, you can all catch us wherever on social media. But before we get going, I think we have to make sure that everyone knows how the situation's like on the roads at the moment.
Yes, especially today. It's a Friday, guys. So let's check the traffic situation in major roads at this hour. We first take a look at EDSA White Plains. On the left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Moderate to heavy traffic already building up on that stretch. Opposite lane, right side, you're seeing vehicles heading to Cubao. We're seeing light traffic on that area. Now, here's a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. Left side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Pasay City. Light traffic on that area. And on the opposite lane, same situation, everything green and go. You're seeing those vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard on the right side of your screens. Now, heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Friday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 9 and 0 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, what will the weather be like this Friday? Let's find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Paolo.
Thank you so much, Anne. Let's take a look at the local weather. Now, as of 2 p.m. yesterday, the LPA that was inside the Philippine Air Responsibility has now strengthened into a tropical depression called Jacinto. But by 5 p.m., it exited the Philippine Area of Responsibility. But even if it has exited the Philippine Area of Responsibility, there are still effects from that. Now, currently, there are two weather systems that are affecting the country. First, let's take a look at the southwest monsoon. Now, southwest monsoon will continue to bring rains in southern Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. And the second one we were looking at, as I mentioned a while ago, kahit wala na si Jacinto, we're still looking at the trough or yung extension ng Jacinto. So let's take a look at what's happening here, because the trough of Tropical Depression Jacinto will bring cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms over the Ilocos region, the Cordillera Administrative Region, Central Luzon, Quirino, and Nueva Vizcaya. Now, for the rest of Luzon, you can expect cloudy skies with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. Meanwhile, the southwest monsoon or ang hanging habagat will continue to bring cloudy skies and scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over places like Occidental Mindoro, Palawan, Visayas, Zamboanga Peninsula, and the Dinagat Islands. Now, for the rest of the Visayas and Mindanao as well, you can expect generally fair weather conditions with partly cloudy skies and isolated showers or thunderstorms. Now, when it comes to our sea conditions today, there's good news because there is no gale warning in effect. Now, this means that boaters and fishermen can expect generally calm and safe waters. However, seas are forecast to be light to moderate with waves that may still rock small boats. That's why extra caution is still advised when heading out to sea, as always. And while conditions may look favorable, safety should still remain the top priority. Overall, good day to be out at sea, whether you're going to go out for work or for leisure. Just remember, stay alert, stay safe, always plan ahead before setting sail. Now, that's it for the moment here at Weather HQ, and back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now on to our headlines this morning. No hard feelings. Former PNP Chief Nicolas Torre III said he is not upset with President Marcos after he was sacked from his highest-ranking post.
Look me straight in the eye. Do I look like somebody who is bitter?
But aside from a simple turf war, an issue of insubordination is said to have happened behind the curtains. That is after Torre allegedly refused to sign an 8 billion peso arms procurement fund. According to a trusted source of Bilyonaryo News Channel, Torre insisted that PNP is a civilian agency and that procuring 80,000 assault rifles should be for AFP. That did not sit well with the person pushing the deal, who is Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla. Remulla previously denied having a hand in Torres' removal as PNP chief, but he admitted in an interview that he told PBBM about the scandals in Torres' office.
The major reshuffle of the PNP command group ordered by former Chief Nicolas Torre III has been discarded. Now, as per the resolution of NAPOLCOM, which according to Interior Secretary John Vic Remulla is one of the reasons for Torres' removal, NAPOLCOM has also released a new resolution reaffirming the acting capacity of current PNP officer in charge Lieutenant General Nartates Jr. Nartate says he plans to iron out affairs between the PNP and Napolcom.
In other news, an ethics complaint has been filed against Deputy Minority Leader Risa Hontiveros. Filed by PDP Laban Deputy Spokesperson Ferdinand Topacio, former Congressman Jing Paras, and Manny Luna. The complaint accuses Senator Hontiveros of several incidents of witness tampering, the most recent of which is allegedly having paid Senate witness Michael Maurilio to testify against Kingdom of Jesus Christ leader Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, former President Rodrigo Duterte, and VP Sara Duterte.
The issue here is not whether we believe or not. That is why we want the Senate to investigate. The issue here is due process eh.
Hindi po pwede yung upper chamber ay may mga tao na nagbabayad, nagtatamper, nag-iimpluwensya at nangingid na po ng mga testigo.
Hontiveros says she will face the complaint wholeheartedly and not let it distract her from her work in the Senate. When asked if she thinks someone is backing the lawyers who filed the complaint, she says nothing has changed in that regard.
Ano ba yung track record nila? Laging may nasa likod din.
Senator J.V. Ejercito says he will request the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee to subpoena DPWH officials in Bulacan's 1st District.
Dapat imbestigahan itong mga particular districts. Mukhang masyado na sila naging sakit. I receive information na papasok sila 10 a.m., 2 p.m., alisa na, at magkakasino na, sabay-sabay. Diba? So, tsaka yung lifestyle nila iba na. Dapat yan ang imbestigahan.
According to a report from the Philippine news agency, Bambang Bridge in Bocaue, Bulacan had a budget of 68.4 million pesos. It was built by Top Notch Construction, which is one of the 15 contractors named by PBBM in its list of top contractors for the DPWH. And the district engineer in charge said at the time that Senator Joel Villanueva kept asking him about the required budget.
Pag po kinakausap ko si Sen, ano ba yun, magkano pa kulang natin dyan? Kasi talaga po kinukulit siya. Anyway, eto na po tayo ngayon. Isang matatag na proyekto na inilaan ang ating buting senador at ang kanyang pamilya.
Senator Panfilo Lacson previously said there may be senators benefiting from the government's infrastructure projects. And so asked Malacanang to broaden the scope, the Sumbong sa Pangulo website.
If it's not asking too much, I would like to propose that the Sumbong sa Pangulo website be expanded to cover other infrastructure projects, hindi lang flood control. It will really help a lot because it helped us a lot.
Well, that's interesting considering the expansion for not just yung mga flood control projects.
Yes.
Because, well, syempre may suspicion tayo. I think it's a fair suspicion na hindi lang naman yung mga flood control projects ang pineperahan
Yes.
ng iba't ibang tao.
In fact, there was an interview with VP Sara in Agenda's episode last night, and she said that it not just happens sa DPWH, the corruption. So hindi lang flood control projects. Meron siyang sinabi about the Department of Education, but of course these were just words from VP Sara. People are asking for receipts, of course, diba, to prove these accusations. But there is a possibility that the other departments as well merong mga under-the-table transactions, suspicious transactions. So it's good to open Sumbong sa Pangulo to cover diba? Lahat ng pwedeng isumbong.
No, 100%.
And to investigate on these cases.
100%. And you just have to feel na alam ko pinag-uusapan muna natin ang flood control projects, but it looks like the floodgates have opened.
Yes.
In the sense that
parang a can of worms talaga.
the other projects that are now affected or being, been abused in the past, that talagang were able to find ways to really discuss whether or not it is an issue, or at least it has been a subject of corruption. I mean, I remember back when we were still covering the news on yung mga inclusion sa budget recently, one of the things that really stuck out was yung mga solar lighting projects in certain areas wherein grabe ang laki ng gastos for a single solar powered street light. So things like that have to be looked at.
Yes.
Things like that have to be really be scrutinized.
Yes.
And let's see what the investigations will turn out. Baka maubos yung gobyerno natin. Depende sa mga mahanap natin.
Lahat na imbestigahan, lahat na check, lahat na mga ano ba sa Tagalog yun? Tiwali? Tama ba? Yun lang, lahat ng mga tiwali matanggal.
Yes.
Tapos, we'll be needing a whole lot of people to, replace.
Yung susunod na elections, buong pamahalaan. Lagi buong gobyerno.
You know what? Speaking of elections, talagang this really proves that you should be careful of who you put in power.
Yeah, and,
Kailangan talagang pag-isipan. Kasi once they're there,
yeah,
well,
I mean, like, not only that, yung history talaga. I mean, it's so important to know kung ano yung history, ano yung background ng mga kandidato, and of course, the people that they do work with. Because at the end of the day, syempre, I mean, like, the connections that we're finding out right now, yung mga former head of certain contractors or those still connected, nandiyan pa rin yung pamilya nila. And not only that, I mean, like, right now, we're seeing trends online. Pati yung mga anak na mga politicians.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Kina-cancel.
Oo. At saka kanya-kanya ng investigative body. Sa Reddit, meron na rin nag-investigate on yung mga anak ng mga contractors, diba? Kasi they really flaunt. They flaunt it.
They flaunt
diba?
it. And to be quite honest and to be quite fair, minsan, they don't realize, especially when they're very young, they don't realize kung saan nanggagaling yung privilege nila. So as they grow older, it becomes just a part of yung day-to-day nila.
Yeah.
So that's why it becomes so normal
Parang
for them.
na-normalize yung corruption. No? Parang it becomes really like a part of their life, sabi mo nga, and parang tuloy they feel na, we deserve this.
Yeah.
Diba?
Pero grabe, I mean, like, there's nowhere safe for them right now. Yung mga anak na mga politiko that are under investigation or being alleged officials who are corrupt. And of course, yung mga anak nila, naka-cancel online in very many ways in whatever platform. Instagram, TikTok, pati Threads. Nakita ko yung sa Threads. Medyo malala yung sa Threads.
Really. Talagang all these investigative bodies nga talaga biglang sumusulpot And then they're really being scrutinized. Yung mga anak, yung mga relatives ng politicians, contractors, anyone who's really flaunting it out there.
Yeah, yung mga tawag nga sa kanila, yung mga scholar ng bayan.
Meron pa nga prinsesa ng bayan
So, again, it's a knock-on effect. It's a domino effect.
Yeah.
And since Senator Lacson is proposing na i-expand ng yung Pangulo website, subong sa Pangulo, to do more than flood control, baka nga maubos yung mga public officials natin.
Let's see, abangan natin what's going to happen next.
100%.
Now, moving on in world news. Centers for Disease and Control Prevention, or CDC, staff applaud their outgoing officials a day after the White House fired CDC Director Susan Monares. Cheers and hugs filled the street as staff bid farewell to Monares, as well as two other departing senior officials who left the agency due to changes in vaccine policies. U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has made sweeping changes, including firing all members of CDC Vaccine Advisory Panel. RFK Jr. is known to be anti-vaccine, something health experts worry could erode America's health institutions.
Now, moving on to sports, former Senator and Filipino boxing legend Manny Pacquiao paid a courtesy call to President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. Now, he presented his WBC belt and gave boxing gloves as a gift to the president. Along with this, he requested support for the upcoming Thrilla in Manila Part 2 on October 29.
Nandito tayo para mag-present sa kanya yung WBC belt at saka yung gloves na regalo natin sa kanya. And i-present natin yung celebration ng Three Line Manila, 50th anniversary ng Three Line Manila.
So, Thrilla in Manila Part 2. First of all, it
Akala
is
ko yun na yung kay Nicolas Torre. Yung boxing match nila. Akala ko yun na yung Thrilla in Manila 2.
Oh, grabe. No, but then the one reason why they're celebrating the Thrilla in Manila 2 kasi 50-year anniversary na of that fight between Frazier and Ali.
Okay.
And it's gonna be in the same venue sa Araneta Coliseum. But I would argue, so right now, kasi si Manny Pacquiao is not the headliner. I believe kung mag-Thrilla in Manila 2 ka, kailangan si Pacquiao yung headliner.
Bakit hindi ba siya?
I don't, it's not scheduled fight for him. I think si Marvin Jerusalem is going to be the headliner for that. He's a great fighter, very entertaining. To be honest, one of the more entertaining ones to watch right now na Pinoy. Pero I would argue, kung mag-Thrilla in Manila 2 ka, you have to have Manny Pacquiao fighting there.
Yeah, I agree.
October 29, I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon for Manny. Pero yeah, I would argue na if you're going to have an event, which a lot of people consider Muhammad Ali to be the GOAT. Now, if we have the GOAT of Philippine boxing, still boxing.
Yes.
I sure 46 or however old Senator Manny is. I think around that.
46, yes. Magka-age kami, di ba?
Noted.
Okay, go.
Go out there and fight.
It should be Manny Pacquiao.
Ako
Just
personally,
he needs to highlight that.
I want Manny to fight. If you're going to have a Thrilla Manila 2, I just think the event, and considering what we're commemorating, has to have a Manny Pacquiao fight in it.
Yes.
But I doubt it's gonna happen. But you can't doesn't
Ayaw mo
hurt to
si
hope.
Nicolas Torre and
Pwede yan yung undercard din yan.
Pwede, no?
Oo. So now moving on to US Open tennis, defending US Open champion Jannik Sinner made light work of Australia's Alexei Poiporin, winning 6-3, 6-2, and 6-2 to reach the third round in New York. The world number one, who's looking to be the first man to defend the Flushing Meadows title since Roger Federer back in 2008, dominated from the start. Sinner's win marks his 23rd straight victory at hard-court Grand Slams, improving his record to 41-9. He'll face Canadian 27th seed Denis Shapovalov next. Now in local sports, PLDT high-speed hitters completed a 5-0 sweep in the PVL Invitational ahead of their second finals appearance in the last month. PLDT outdueled Zeus Coffee in 4 sets, 24-26, 25-17, 25-17, and 25-14 on Thursday, August 28. Savvy Davison leads the charge with 26 points and 12 excellent digs to seal the win for PLDT. PLDT now awaits the winner of Kobe Shinwa University and the Cherry Tigre crossovers in the final.
All right, now for today's tea, American rapper Cardi B is on trial for allegedly assaulting a security guard. In a now viral clip on TikTok, the WAP singer can be seen taking the stand as she recounts the incident, describing an expletive-laced encounter with security guard Emani Ellis. Ellis, who was fired over the incident, claims that the rapper assaulted her after being accused of filming Cardi while working security at a medical center, which Ellis denies doing. So, she is being accused of allegedly assaulting this security guard because the security guard was allegedly filming her without consent, probably.
Yes. Well, alam mo, I've seen...
Minsan ito ang hirap eh. Of course, you're a celebrity, you're famous, and then when you're out there and people see you, they just really film you. Paparazzi.
I was going to say na minsan, it's hard to really determine yung context nito kasi I have seen videos, even of the nicest celebrities be annoyed or be upset kapag yung private space nila, even if they are in a public place, is being intruded upon. I mean, like,
Actually, it says here they were in a medical center.
That's even worse.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like, if you think about it, right?
So I feel like violence, of course, it cannot be justified,
Yeah.
but at the same time, you feel for the celebrities because their privacy is just, kasi they take pictures without consent.
Yeah.
And then I read an article that si, what's her name? Lindsay Lohan. Because Lindsay Lohan now lives in Dubai, if I'm not mistaken. She's based in Dubai already. And she said that one of the reasons why she decided to migrate to Dubai is because in Dubai you can go anywhere and they won't take pictures of you because that's not allowed.
Yeah, I mean, like,
By
to
the
be fair,
law, yeah.
To be fair, there have been a few celebrities from the US and the UK who made Dubai their home.
Yeah.
Simply for that reason.
Yes.
It's
Kasi the
it's less
privacy
hectic.
is really
Yeah.
protected there.
Yeah, it is. So, well, let's see what happens with this. Of course, it's still on trial, and I think when we have more details, we'll have a clearer picture as to what happened.
Yes. Now here's another cup of tea. Ariana Grande is returning to the stage for her first tour in 7 years. We were talking about this yesterday, just hours after dropping a tease on social media. She shared the big news with fans on her Instagram story. The initial dates for the Eternal Sunshine Tour include 9 major North American cities and a 5-night run in London. This will be her first full live performance since the 2019 Sweetener World Tour, and fans are excited for the long-awaited return. So she's touring again after 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if she makes a comeback to the Philippines?
Oh, that would be so exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I would know a lot of people who would love to see Ariana Grande.
Actually, kahit nga hindi Philippines yung stop niya, just somewhere in
No, don't say
Southeast
that. No, we're not having that. Like, we were hurt when Taylor Swift never came to the Philippines because she was only in Singapore. We cannot do that.
Because we can't accommodate.
No. She needs to be here.
But
That's not cool.
But you know, the reality is if she makes a stop in any Southeast Asia country, Filipinos will go there.
Yeah.
Diba?
Tapos
To go see Ariana Grande.
Tapos kung anak ka ng politiko, patay ka. Kapag pinost mo yan, di ba? Pero, yeah, I mean, like, in general, right? I just think, Ari, please, okay? Philippines loves you. Come on over.
Yes, please.
Don't you know?
And drop by
give you a
the show.
party. Yeah.
Drop by Beautiful Day and then
Oo.
let's have an interview with
Yes.
Ariana Grande, diba?
Yes,
We have to manifest things like this because most of the time it comes true.
Ari, please. Okay?
But I am
We're imploring. We're imploring with you.
But I'm really glad
Saan
that
ka,
she's,
Manila?
you know, I'm glad she's touring again.
Yes.
Because she mentioned in an interview before when she was filming Wicked, she said that she really wanted to concentrate on acting first, but she's not giving up on her singing career, and she's not letting go of her fans. So she told her fans, her music fans, not to worry because, you know, she wants to take a step back only to focus first on acting because she really loves it.
Okay, fine. You know what? Let's take that angle. Ari, the Superman film was here in the Philippines and had a lot of fun. You could have a lot of fun promoting Wicked here. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, like, Ari, come on. Ari.
And who else to better sing along with the Wicked songs, diba? But Filipinos.
Yes! Abot natin yung mga notes.
Exactly.
All right, so we gotta move.
Okay. Later on the show, guys, meet Marbin Macalino, a talented children's book author and illustrator who is creating magic through words and art. Stick around to hear about his journey from creating stories to bringing them to life. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Hi there, welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, this morning, we are joined by a multi-talented guest. who's combining his passion for storytelling and art to inspire the next generation of readers. He's the author and illustrator behind Filipino children's book Ang Dilaw Kong Tsinelas and illustrator of the recently launched Ang Kwento ni Putli Mandi. We have Marbin Macalino joining us in the hangout. Hello, Marvin. Beautiful day. Welcome to the show.
Thank you po.
I love his alias. It's Marbin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Right.
With a Filipino accent.
Oo, Marvin,
kailangan
kailangan may Filipino accent.
Yung Marvin mo kasi may B eh. So talaga may Pinoy accent
Oo,
talaga.
that's why I had to ask you nga kanina off the air. Is it Marbin or Marbin? Yeah, so it's Marbin the Martian.
Yes.
Okay, let's backtrack. Dun tayo sa very beginning. How did you start, finding interest in writing children's book? Kasi you studied fine arts major. You're a fine arts major in advertising from UST, di ba?
Yes.
Graduated 2018. So, paano nag-start yon? What inspired you to combine yung illustrating and writing stories?
I actually started po as an illustrator po talaga. And then, nung napasok po, nung college na po ako, we had a thesis. Ang thesis ko po was book illustration. Then, we were tasked to re-illustrate a book of our choice and then a different exploration po with it. And nung ginagawa ko po yun, I realized po na parang ang cool nga po na hand-in-hand dapat yung writing and illustrating. So sabi ko, one day, sana makagawa din po ako in my own story.
Well, nakakatawa yun kasi yung illustrating and writing, napaka-ibang creative process yun.
Yes,
Yeah.
po.
Some people na mas visual, di sila marunong magsulat for various reasons, diba? Pero para sa'yo, naging madali ba yung shift na yon o naging proseso rin?
Proseso rin po talaga. Kasi yun nga po, I started out as an illustrator. And hindi rin po ako ganun knowledgeable when writing. So, it's a process. And until now, tinatry ko pa rin pong talagang matuto ng mga bagong pwedeng ways to write. More ways to approach writing din po.
Pero bakit children's
Oo
book?
nga, why children's book?
One thing po na naalala ko po is what story would I want to read nung bata pa ako. So yun po yung parang sabi ko, kung bata ako, I want to learn more about this thing. And then dun po ako humuhugot ng idea to explore po in writing and illustrating.
So your alias is Marbin the Martian. How did you come up with that name?
Actually po, yun nga po, nung as a kid po kasi, very exposed po ako to cartoons, to animations.
Okay.
And yun po, nakita ko po si Marvin the Martian and sabi ko, parang may ano rin po ako, I see myself as an alien or as a Martian in space, parang ganun po. And then, yun nga po, my name is Marbin, pero ano po siya, totoong letter B po talaga po siya.
Oh, Marbin talaga siya.
Ayun po. So sabi ko, para maiba at hindi ma-associate po sa kanya, sabi ko, gagawin ko Marbin the Martian. Ayun.
So let's talk about your books. Yung Kwento ni Putli Mandi, you are an illustrator of this book, correct?
Opo, yes po.
So but tell us more about this. Ano yung Putli Mandi, by the way?
Putli Mandi po is a Mindanaoan delicacy po. So ano po siya, from Tausug cuisine po.
Okay.
Para po siyang kakanin. And then, nakakatuwa po kasi po nung book launch po namin, dun ko lang din po na-try yung Putli Mandi. So, nakakatuwa.
So, masarap naman.
Masarap po, masarap. Gusto ko nga po mag-round 2 po nun eh.
Ang galing nun. In-illustrate mo yung Putli Mandi, but you haven't tried it
Opo.
ever. Okay.
Hindi pa po. So, binase
Okay.
ko lang din po siya dun sa pagkakadescribe po nila Chef Miggy and nila.
the writers of the
Opo,
book.
yes
Okay.
po.
So, paano mo in-illustrate yan considering na, okay, yung inspiration nito, di mo pa natatry yung Putli Mandi?
Opo. Ano po talaga, I work closely with them po talaga.
Okay.
In doing the process po ng libro. And yun nga po, sabi ko po kila Chef Miggy na gusto ko pong matry ito one day. So yun po. So eventually, natikman ko po and sabi ko, okay, so tama din pala yung pagkaka-illustrate ko dun sa
Okay.
Putli Mandi. Nag-akma naman po sila.
Okay.
And you've described this as one of your career highlights. Bakit
Apo.
napaka-special nito project nito sa'yo?
Yes po, kasi po, this is the first book launch po that I experienced as an
I
illustrator.
see. Okay.
And yun nga po, seeing po last week nung book launch po na yung pinaghirapan po namin na libro, naka-display around the gateway, and then yung cover po, ayun po, naka-display po siya dun sa LED screen sa taas. So parang natunaw po ako na parang grabe. Kaya din palang maabot yung ganun po talagang porsigido ka lang po talaga.
Yeah, yes.
Ano yung mga emotions mo nung nakita mo na hindi lang sa papel yung gawa mo? Because obviously, ayun, sa LED, may standee.
Opo.
Ano yung mga... First of all, ninakaw mo ba yung standee?
Hindi pa.
Dapat ata ninakaw mo eh.
Pinamatahan ko pa.
Oo, dapat inuwi mo eh. Oo, pero ano yung feeling mo nung nakita mo na out of the page na ang gawa mo?
Ano po talaga, hindi ko po talaga mababa yung ngiti ko. Literally and metaphorically na overwhelmed po talaga ako dun sa blessing po na and the opportunity that has given to me po nila Chef Miggy and Sir Nelson, nila Miss Canla,
Right.
Miss Kat. Ayun po.
And then, the book that you wrote and illustrated is ang Dilaw Kong Tsinelas.
Yes
Tell us
po.
more about this.
Yun naman po is my first ever children's book po.
Okay.
It's self-published po. And that's actually po, inspired din po sa totoong buhay.
Ooh.
So yung tsinelas po is actually the slippers of my late lolo Jerry. And then when he passed away, ako na po yung gumagamit sa bahay. And then ano po siya, then from there, dun po ako nag-express, what if ito po yung kwento
Okay.
na pwede kong panghugutan. So actually hindi po alam ng family po itong sasabihin ko ngayon, but the story is combined po sa aming tatlong magkakapatid.
Oh.
So they only know yung story na yung tsinelas po mismo. But yung character, pinagsama po kaming tatlo.
So they don't know this. Ngayon, dito mo lang ni-reveal sa show.
Sa TV pa talaga eh.
Sa
No?
TV.
Oo.
So they're gonna go like, oh, okay. Kayo palang tatlo yun.
Ayun po.
So, kamusta naman yung proseso mo writing that? Kasi, syempre, sinasabi, well, sa mga art students and for mga creatives na write what you know.
Yes,
yan palagi yung payo.
Apo.
And ito, napaka-personal. In
Opo.
fact, it involves personal loss. So, yung proseso na to, gaano kahirap, gaano ka emotional yung journey mo?
Nung start po talaga, ang hirap po talagang isipin. Like, yung pinaka-idea po niya, ang hirap po talaga. But, yung pinaka-ano po niya, origin story po ng libro, was an open entry po of Comiket. Parang ano pa siya, art event, art convention po siya. And nag-open po sila ng entries. Ang pangalan po is Community 2023. So this is compilation po of stories. And then, ino-open po nila sa iba't ibang artists and writers that wants to contribute.
Okay.
So, nakita ko po yun. And then, yung theme po was Children's Anthology. So, sabi ko, parang it's calling me. Diba? Parang gusto ko itry.
Yeah.
So, kung makuha or hindi, okay lang. At least nasubukan ko. And then, yun po, doon po nag-start yung ideation ko po. And then, mahirap po talaga siya isipin. Kasi, what happens in the stories, in yung mga characters, and everything. So, mahirap po. And yung once I started, sabi ko, maganda tong idea na to about sa sleepers ni Lolo, ganyan. And yung, kasi tama nga po si Paolo na you write what you know.
Yeah.
So, dun po talaga ako humugot.
Sa mga personal experiences mo with your lolo. Tama
Opo,
ba?
and
with
sa
your lolo.
family po
And the
namin.
family, yes.
Na hindi nila alam, by the
Oo
way.
na. Well, now they
Partly.
know
They
because
know.
they're watching this,
Alam na nila.
watching this interview.
Yes.
But it's a very personal story for you, di ba? Kasi hindi lang, you didn't just illustrate this book, but you also wrote it from your own experience. When kids read this book, ano yung message or yung emotion na gusto mong maramdaman din ng mga bata when they read your book?
Siguro po, pwede kong sabihin na hindi isuspoil. Siguro po yung closeness po siguro niya sa family ng character ni Ali. Yun po yung name ng character, si Ali. And the way she respects yung mother po niya.
Okay.
And then siguro yung cleanliness din po ng surroundings niya. Yun po yung-
We're looking at your different pieces of work a while ago, and I'm assuming yun yung pamilya mo. We're looking at your different pieces of work at parang may style ka eh. Anong naging inspirasyon mo? And bakit yan naging, I guess, signature artwork mo? Because I'm looking at yung pagka-cartoon ng mga, well, yung mga tao in general, o yung mga human characters mo. Saan ito nagsimula? And of course, why this?
Actually po, nag-start po talaga siya. Anong nag-start po akong illustrating? Nag-start po talaga ako sa yung realistic portraits po. Doon po talaga to build the foundation, style ko po. And yun nga po, heavily inspired po ako and heavily exposed po ako with animation, with cartoons.
Okay.
So, habang tumatagal, sabi ko parang nakukuha ko yung parang roundness of the figure, ganyan.
Yeah.
Yung ang pinaka ko po is yung cuteness ng characters, ng environment. And pag nakikita po sila like sa family, nakikita, ang cute naman yan, ganyan. So, parang gusto ko yung ganong feeling.
Okay.
So, yun po dun po ako talagang, that's how I start honing po yung talents ko po as an artist po.
Do you have any exciting projects that you're working on right now or mga future books in the pipeline?
Actually po, meron po ako ongoing project ngayon.
Okay.
It's under Kahel Press. Ang name po niya is Ang Una Kong Takbo. So, ang sinasabi ko po was, kung ang Dilaw Kong Tsinelas is close to my heart, ito pong ang Una Kong Takbo is closer to my heart po. Kasi po, mas po siya, more on the personal experience ko na po mismo.
Okay, kala ko closer to the feet eh.
Oh, okay. I was expecting him to say that too. Like, ito naman po closer to my feet.
Closer to the heart thing is, ito closer to my feet kasi takbo nga. So bakit to closer to your heart?
Oo nga, bakit?
Ano po siya kasi story po siya about myself with seizure disorder. Na-diagnose po kasi with seizure disorder when I was in prep po.
Okay.
So, yun po, kinuwento ko po dyan yung mga, inspired po yung kwento dun po sa experiences ko po with seizure disorder.
Again, you write what you know eh. Pero at the
Yes.
same time, kung author ka, kung writer ka, and you're sharing yung mga pinaka-personal mo na stories, that also means that yung sharing yung mga emotions mo. Minsan mahirap yan i-share in general.
Yeah.
Kaya yung mga therapist eh. Kaya minsan mahirap yan i-share. Pero paano mo napipili yung mga, okay, kaya ko tong ipahagi sa kwento, and at the same time, okay, parang masyado na tong personal.
Siguro po, growing up po kasi, dealing with the seizure disorder, natuto po akong alagaan yung sarili ko. And sabi ko parang gusto kong i-share ito sa mga kids ngayon na very active, very playful. And hindi naman po siya, kasi di ba po, when you share something personal or like a sickness, minsan ang dating sa mga bata, nakakatakot kasi
Yes.
natutumba ka, ganyan-ganyan.
Oo.
But for me po, mas gusto ko pong iparating sa kanila na it's okay, na pwede namang magamot, or you can cope with that illness or sickness.
Parang you're encouraging them that they can rise up
Opo.
from this challenge, from
Yes.
this struggle in your life. Marvin, we have a viewer on Facebook, si Josefina Cleofas. She's asking, saan ba mabibili yung mga libro mo?
Okay, yung Ang Dilaw Kong Tsinelas, pwede pong directly sa akin. And right now po, it's under Kahel Press din po.
Okay.
They can buy it po sa dadating po na MIBF, Manila International Book Festival, Book Fair. Ayun po. And then
Where's that gonna be held?
sa SMX po.
Okay.
Yan. And then ang kwento ni Putli Mandi will also be there po.
Okay.
So rin po siya. mabebenta rin po siya doon under paper cut books naman po.
Alright.
Sinabi mo kanina na they can reach out to you directly para mabili yung yung Dilaw na tsinelas. So, how do they reach out to you directly? IG ba? Or
IG po, yes po.
Yung ID niya is
What's your handle?
at Marvin the Martian.
Yes.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin with a B,
Okay,
da
yes.
with a D.
With a D.
Oo, Marvin the Martian.
Ba't pala ginawa ko pong SY yung Martian?
Oo nga, yan sasabihin ko sa kanya eh.
Yeah, para
Para
mas
di
Tagalog
na-diretso ko na.
talaga, no? Palitan mo, pwede naman. Okay, Marvin, before we let you go, we always ask this to our guests. Our show is called Beautiful Day. What makes your day beautiful?
What makes my day beautiful? Siguro po yung family ko po siguro talaga yung what makes it beautiful to me. And ayun nga po, waking up every day and thanking God din po for the blessing of waking up and yung family surrounding me.
Thank you very much for your time, ladies and gentlemen, author and illustrator Marbin Macalino. Thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you po.
Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, Marvin the Martian on IG. Bili na kayo. Self-published books. Now, when we return, MMDA Chairman Attorney Armando Artes joins us to clarify questions on Manila's garbage being dumped in San Mateo and the new rain catchment basins to help reduce flooding. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. Now, Metro Manila is facing challenges with waste management and flood control. Questions have been raised over Manila's garbage being dumped in San Mateo, and the MMDA is also pushing for rain catchment basins to help reduce flooding. Now, with us on the line to help clarify these issues is MMDA Chairman Attorney Armando Artes. Magandang umaga, Chairman Artes. Welcome to Beautiful Day.
Magandang umaga po sa inyo at sa inyong taga-subaybay.
All right, Chairman, let's start off first with the hot topic here because San Mateo in particular, there have been allegations that the LGU has not been coordinated with regard to transferring some of Manila's waste sa San Mateo landfill. There is supposed to be an existing MOA or MOU when it comes to yung amount of garbage being transferred to San Mateo. But what is the response here po?
Opo, una po, ilagay ko lang sa proper perspective. Yan pong San Mateo landfill ay tinayo upon the request ng MMDA. At yan po ay naaprubahan noong panahon na ang Vice Mayor ng San Mateo ay si Mayor Ope. At meron po kaming kasundutan, agreement with San Mateo LGU na kami po ay pinapayagan na magtapon ng up to 5,000 a day pursuant to the ECC ng basura dyan sa San Mateo. At yan po ay pinirmahan nung dating naman pong mayor na si Rafael Diaz. Sa ngayon po, out of the 5,000 na allowed kaming itapon, nasa kalahati pa lang po yung pong nagagamit namin na sa capacity. At even idagdag po yung pong Manila City ay hindi naman po ganon ang itataas ng basura na itinatapon namin, which is about 20-25% ng total volume ng basura sa Metro Manila. So mali po yung sinasabi na lahat po ng basura ng Metro Manila ay dyan po namin dadalhin. Pangalawa po, yung mga concerns niya regarding traffic, yan naman po ay nandun din po sa kasulatan na ang mamamahala po niyan ay LGU. Pero kung kailangan po kaming tumulong para sa pagmamanage po ng traffic, pwede naman po kami magpadala ng mga enforcers dyan kung kailangan. At sabihin ko na rin po na ayon po sa aming kasunduan ay nakikinabang po ang San Mateo LGU sa binabayad po namin na tipping fee. So, alam po dapat ni Mayor Omi yan. At in effect, subsidize po namin yung pong basura ng San Mateo. Dahil libre po yung basurang tinatapon po ng San Mateo dyan sa landfill na yan, ay wala pong tipping fee na ibinabayad. So, masasabi ko po na dapat po alam to lahat ni Mayor Omi dahil unang-una, kumukuha po ng business permit for sure, yung pong sanitary landfill, at nagbabayad po yan ng taxes sa kanya na pinakikinabangan naman po ng San Mateo.
Chairman, another concern is yung capacity ng San Mateo landfill na alam ko may limit po yung memorandum of agreement po ninyo. But then, is this a valid concern? Yung capacity ng landfill, would it be overwhelmed kapag dinagdag ang added basura mula sa Manila?
Again, sabi ko nga po, ang capacity po or allowed kami up to 5,000, which is sa ngayon po kalahati lang po yung nagagamit namin. So, hindi po concern, I think, yung overcapacity or ma-overwhelm. Dahil malaki pa po yung expansion area niyan. At hindi nga po namin na sasagad yung capacity na allowed sa amin na itapon po dyan. So, nasa half pa lang po. And maidagdag ko lang na yun pong additional capacity ay nirequest din po ng operator ng sanitary landfill na yan. Dahil nagpaplano po sila magtayo ng waste to energy plant po dyan sa San Mateo landfill na ang minimum requirement po na panggatong ay 3,000 tons. Sa ngayon po, nasa 2,800 pa lamang naman kami. So, kulang pa po doon sa required volume para makapagpatayo ng waste to energy. At kung matayo po yan, ang makikinabang din po ay San Mateo dahil mag-generate po yan ng employment, increased taxes, at ganun din po, subsidized electricity. Alam niyo po, kaibigan ko naman po si Mayor Omi. At immediately after po ng lumabas tong issue na to, kami po ay nagtawagan. Sabi ko po sa kanya, pupunta ako next week. Ang problem lamang po ay nagpa-interview na siya sa media at may mga issues po siyang ni-raise na dapat po ay napag-usapan na lang namin dahil baka kailangan ko lang po ipaalala sa kanya ito pong kasunduan na at yung mga circumstances po na lumabas naman po yan nung siya pa ang Vice Mayor at Presiding Officer ng Sanggunian.
Attorney, siguro may mga taga San Mateo po na nag-aalala or wondering kung bakit nalilipat or madadivert yung ibang basura ng Manila sa San Mateo po. Ano po yung mga dahilan kung why in the first place dadami na yung basura na nalilipat?
Po yan nag-i-even out po yan kasi meron naman po mga long time ago na nagtatapon dyan na nalipat din po sa iba. For example po, yung pong Valenzuela na dati po dyan nagtatapon sa San Mateo. Noong palit po ng hauler, ay nag-request na sa Nabotas sana dalin dahil mas malapit na amin pong pinagbigyan. So nabawas po yun sa volume ng San Mateo. Tapos po, ngayon pong nagsara ang San Mateo, ang Nabotas, inilipat naman po namin yan sa Rizal Provincial Sanitary Landfill. So, nag-i-even out naman po yan. Hindi naman po to extraordinary volume na bigla na lang namin inilipat. And again, within po the capacity, sabi nga po, nasa kalahati lang po yung nagagamit namin na capacity po na allowed po for us to dalhin po yung basura ng Metro Manila dyan po.
Attorney, maraming salamat for the updates when it comes to San Mateo, but now we have to move on to another project ng MMDA, which is yung mga flood mitigation initiatives po ninyo, particularly yung mga rain catchment basins. And for looking at some of yung mga locations po ninyo, UST, Camp Aguinaldo, at Raha Sulaiman Park. Can you tell us a bit more about yung kung bakit ito yung mga strategic locations na pinili ninyo para sa rain catchment basins po?
Well, yung principle po kasi ng rain catchment, dapat po ilagay siya doon sa medyo mababang lugar kung saan naiipon yung tubig. Ang principle po niyan ay instead na ipilitin mong ilabas kaagad through pumping stations yung pong tubig, ay ipunin mo muna sa isang lugar at pagtigil po ng ulan ay unti-unting i-release papunta po sa mga drainage system or sa mga ilog. So ito pong mga areas na ito ay namin po na-identify na suitable paglagyan. At sa ngayon po, marami pa po kaming tinitingnan. Maya-maya po yung aming team will go to Rizal Memorial Coliseum para po tingnan yun pong kanilang oval kung pwedeng paglagyan. It will serve po yung pagbabaha dyan po sa may Taft Avenue. Titingnan din po namin ng Luneta kung magandang paglagyan para ma-serve naman po yung baha sa Padre Faura. At ganun din po, iba pa pong lugar tulad ng Amoranto Stadium. Yan po, binabaha din po yan. Baka pwede pong doon muna namin i-store yung tubig through rain catchment. At marami pa pong iba't ibang lugar. Yan naman po ay hindi bagong teknolohiya. Yan po ay ginagamit na sa Singapore, Hong Kong, at lalong-lalo na po sa Japan na 1970s pa po yata or 80s ay meron ng rain catchment. At ganoon din po sa Netherlands, ganoon din po ang kanilang ginagawa.
Chairman, yung proseso nito, installing the rain catchment basins, normally ano po yung timeline na pag-install po nito? And of course, people will be wondering about yung traffic situation, especially when it comes to construction in these certain areas.
Well, una-una po yung mga identify naming area ay nasa loob ng property. Wala po sa karsada. So, insofar as traffic concerns ay medyo tingin po namin hindi po naman makaka-apekto yung pong construction nito if ever matuloy. Pangalawa po, yung timeline depende po kasi pwede po namang since ito nga po ay nasa loob, hindi makakaabala sa karsada, pwede pong magtrabaho dyan, 2 shifts. So, we're looking at a year and a half siguro or even less para po makatayo ng isa. Depende po sa laki kasi normally po ito between 8 to 10 meters ang lalim po. And depende po sa laki ng gagawing rain catchment.
Chairman, I'm sure you know that one of the biggest things discussed in the news nowadays is yung mga flood control projects and of course questions when it comes to yung funding, financing at of course yung mga construction. When it comes to this particular project po, and when it comes to transparency and financing, how can the MMDA ensure na yung taong bayan, they would not be suspicious about this particular project po?
Well, may inilunsad naman pong website yung DBM, yung project dime nila. So if ever po na matuloy ito at mapondohan, makikita po nila doon. At ito po ay i-open namin for scrutiny. Mag-i-involve po kami siyempre ng mga ibang ahensya. Kasi tulad po nito, ang particular project na ito, katulong po namin ang DNR. Lagi po sa mga meetings, kasama po namin si Yusek David. At ganoon din po, nakipag-usap na rin po ako kay Professor Mahar ng Project NOAA para po may involvement sila at makita po namin na talaga po yung itatayong proyekto tungkol dito sa mga rain catchment ay magiging efficient at will serve the purpose. As to costing and all, depende po kasi yan doon sa site na paglalagyan. So, i-open naman po namin sa public yung TOR niyan at yung pong budget na atin pong ilalaan para po dyan sa mga proyekto po na yan.
He's the MMDA Chairman, Attorney Romando Artes. Maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for clarifying these issues and hopefully we can talk to you again very soon.
Salamat po at magandang umaga.
Now that's it for Weather HQ at the moment and back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now it's time for us to find out what the stars have in store for us today. Let's hear it from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua. Ito po ang horoscope ngayong araw ng Friday, August 29. Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. Huwag iwanang bukas ang wallet sa lamesa. Green at 4. Punta naman tayo kay Year of the Ox. Iwas bentahan ng mga charm na hindi galing kay Master Hans. Cream at 2. Kay Tiger naman tayo, huwag ipakita ang perang hawak online. Stay vigilant. Pink at 7. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, kumain ng prutas na may vitamin C. Shield yan against virus. White at 5. Kay Dragon naman tayo, ang hindi marunong magbigay ng respeto ay hindi dapat mahalin pabalik. Red at 9. Kay Snake naman tayo, ayusin ang mga lumang papel. May hindi ka natatapos pa. Tan at 6. Ito naman, King of the Horsey, silent moves and hard work ang susi sa tagumpay. Blue at 1. Kay Year of the Ship naman tayo, huwag gumamit ng luma at sira-sirang wallet. Violet at 3. Kay Monkey naman tayo, huwag mong gawing bisyo ang paghabol sa hindi na interesado. Pick your poison. Gold at 8. Kay Year of the Rooster naman tayo, may good news pero huwag ito munang ipagsabi. Silver at 2. Kay Dog naman tayo, uminom ng salabat o mga turmeric na inumin. Yellow at 5. At kay of the Pig naman tayo, huwag ilabas lahat ng pera. Kailangan mo ng spiritual buffer. Green at 9. Paalala lang, ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa It's a Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you as always, Master Hans Kua. So my horoscope today is, wag daw ako gagamit ng luma at sira-sirang wallet. Yeah. Buti na lang maganda yung wallet ko.
Well,
Wala lang siyang laman,
I
but
really don't think...
maganda pa rin yung wallet.
Maganda yung wallet. Walang laman kasi naka-credit card na lahat, diba? But then, of course...
Online na kasi.
Online na.
Online payment, online banking, diba?
Yes, true.
Yes.
And of course, kaya naging problema yung online gambling.
Oo, wag lang online
Let's not
gambling.
go into that. Pero, apart from that, yung sa akin naman, it's about quiet work. Diba?
Quiet work.
Quiet work.
Is the key to success.
Key to success.
Yes.
Kaya, ano to? Like,
So, kailangan, pag sumakses ka, kumbaga, that's a term now, di ba?
Yeah,
Pag
kapag
sumakses ka, don't flaunt.
Oo, kaya buti
Kumbaga,
lang.
pag may travels ka, pag
Oo.
may bago kang million na worth na watch, huwag mo nang i-post.
Buti na lang humble talaga ako, no?
Kailangan
Pero-
quiet lang para hindi tayo naiimbestigahan. Also, we have someone on Facebook that says, ang ganda ng message niya. Let me read this.
Okay,
From
go.
Nicolas Gordo.
Kala ko
Rimorin
Torre.
Gordo. Nicolas... Uy, baka nga nanonood sa atin si Nicolas Torre.
Hello, former
Hi,
PNP
sir!
chief.
Opo. Mag-guest po kayo dito. Welcome na welcome po kayo dito, sir. Beautiful Day does not only give latest news, weather, road traffic, but a wide variety of guests. Always anticipating the bubbly Anne and the amusing, expressive eye and lip reaction of Pao. More power. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nicolas Gordo, for that really nice message. And Rowella Belosilio says, good morning, ma'am. God bless you all. Oh, thank you so much.
Na-conscious ako sa
Oo,
mukha
yung
ko.
eye and lip mo. See, everybody's looking forward to all your reactions.
Well,
Kasi kinu-close up lagi ni Direk Carrie.
Kasi,
diba? It's so perfect.
let's be fair, ha. I can't hide what I feel. Yun na lang.
Yeah.
Diba? So,
Yeah.
I'd rather be honest. Diba?
Oo.
We owe it to our viewers.
Oh, we're very transparent on the show. Golden
Super.
Age of transparency.
Golden
nga,
Age of
diba?
transparency
yes.
tayo. Oo.
Okay. So, our love hacks today
Oh my
is
God.
very controversial. Well, as always.
I don't know kung controversial to. I don't know lang kung matter of
Hindi,
fact
I want to know
Oo.
the scientific
Yeah.
reasons
Yeah.
or factors,
Yeah.
diba, that causes this. But why do people marry the next person they meet after a long-term relationship? Dating Coach V will answer that question on Love Hacks after the break. Don't miss our conversation. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. Now, why do people marry the next person they meet after a long-term relationship? After Taylor Swift announced her engagement with Travis Kelce, her previous ex, Joe Alwyn, has been getting some attention as well. That's because Joe and Taylor dated for over 6 years before Travis entered the picture and put a ring on her finger after just 2 years of dating. Now, that's a similar story to Justin and Hailey Bieber, who rang wedding bells in 2018 after Justin dated Selena Gomez on and off from 2010 to 2018. Vanessa Hudgens and Austin Butler dated from 2011 to 2020 before Hudgens met Cole Tucker in 2021 and married him in 2023. And here in local showbiz, who could forget when Carlo Aquino and mother of his child, Trina Candaza, broke up in 2022 after 3 years of dating. Carlo then met Charlie Dizon shortly after and then married her in 2024. And 6 years, that's how long Eliza Valdez and Kiefer Ravena dated from 2016 to 2022 before Ravena confirmed his relationship with Diana Mackey in 2024 and got married in 2025. Point proven or just a coincidence? We'll answer that on Love Hacks. And we are here with our resident love guru, Coach V. Beautiful day. Welcome again to the show.
Good morning, beautiful day. I'm Pao.
So, is there an explanation as to why people marry shortly after they have a long-term relationship? Kanina we were talking about that, Paolo. No? Ang theory ko dyan, rebound eh. Yeah, but we want to hear your explanation.
Well, one thing that I would say, it's not a coincidence. Humans have a tendency to be consistent. And so if they're not able to lock in with that long-term relationship, whoever's going to be the next person, dun nagkakaroon ng sealing the deal. So you call that actually emotional or commitment inertia. Ibig sabihin, if you're a person who tend to be in a long relationship, we don't want to feel that our years are wasted. We want an ending. We want a closure. That's why kahit we've been together for a person for 9 years, if when the person is ready to get married, whoever is the next person, whether that's 6 months or 2 years, then they tend to seal the deal because we need that closure even in relationships.
Yung gusto ko yung term inertia, relationship inertia.
Yeah.
So it just keeps on going. Pero it feels like it happens more often than not. And minsan nagiging slight issue siya. But then when from the perspective siguro of the person who enters a new relationship, like it could also be a case na mas informed na siya kung anong gusto niya in a partner that nakita niya siguro ng long-term partner and then hinanap niya with his next partner.
Absolutely, that's right, Pao. Because especially when the person is ready, they're gonna marry the next person. It's just that they feel they're ready to get married, but not with the ex, not with the person that they've been in a relationship for 9 years. So I'm ready, pero maling tao. So even if we drag for 15 years, I'm ready to get married, but I don't think that's the person. So whoever comes next, the tendency is they may not choose somebody that they don't have this vision of getting married. Because in their thinking, well, I've wasted 9 years already. I might as well pick somebody that I plan to get married next. So it has a lot to do with a person's tendency to be consistent and for us not to feel as if we've wasted so much time.
So you're finding closure, but not with the person you were with.
Yes,
you're finding closure with someone else.
Yes, because it's possible that, for example, if it was me, for example, I was already ready to get married, but it's just that it's not the person right in front of me.
Okay.
So whoever is after that person, that's when you commit.
Yeah, feeling mo yun na yun.
Yun na yun. But Anne, you've brought a very good point. It could also be a rebound. No?
Yeah.
But rebound is more like self-soothing. Like, it's so painful. My past relationship or the breakup was so painful that I want to skip the pain and I want some validation that I'm in a better relationship. But for most parts, makikita mo kasing rebound if that relationship is not something that they really, really wanted. But if you see people like, oh, look at them, like, nung sa ex niya, halos hindi niya samahan on, or halos hindi niya dalhin on a vacation, halos hindi siya in understanding. Tapos biglang nung nagkaroon ng next relationship, biglang naging golden retriever. Naging super bait, naging super loving. So that's when you, it's like the finale to the love story that you've spent with somebody else.
Parang yung mga ideas na hindi nangyari in the previous relationship,
Dito
ginawa
ko na
mong totoo
ibubuhos.
sa next one. Kaya naging golden retriever, dati pitbull ata eh.
Oo.
Akala ko golden achiever.
Golden achiever. Oo.
Na-achieve niya yung
Achieve niya.
relationship na gusto niya. Di naging
Oo.
golden achiever.
There's a thing called the taxi cab theory
Oo nga,
also.
I'm curious. What is this? Does this have something to do with what people call the taxi cab theory for men?
Yeah, so the taxi cab theory claims that whenever a man is ready, and based on science, we've seen that when they're emotionally and financially ready, whoever is the girlfriend, he's gonna go for it. So taxi cab is like whenever the taxi light is on, whoever rides the taxi, that's the passenger. They're not even gonna pick.
Huh?
Yeah. So it's actually
Even if
a man's.
he doesn't love the girl?
Yeah, so it's about a man's readiness, and it's not about the woman. So yes,
So
even
yung
if
timing.
yes, the timing correct. So even if they're not in love with the girl, when he is ready, he's gonna marry whoever is in front of him. That's the theory.
Is that a wise
No, I
decision?
mean, like, I think on the other way around, there's the thing wherein girls are worried about yung biological clock nila.
Yes.
So, is that, in a way, siguro parallel or similar to yung taxi cab?
Right, and it shows us the difference between a man and a woman. So when it comes to man, as long as they're ready, they're gonna get married. For a woman, we have to consider the biology. We put so much importance in, I must feel in love in order to get married. So magkaiba
Di ba kailangan?
yung reasons.
Di ba kailangan ma-in love? Para...
Ideally, in love, but Pao, you will be surprised by how many people that I talk to and tells me, Coach V, I've been married with my wife for 10 years, but I was never in love.
So out of convenience.
Out of convenience, or sometimes it's just the time of their life that they're financially and emotionally ready, and they wanna procreate and have children. Not the most ideal setting, but happens a lot for people who wants to start a family.
What do you think, Anne? As a married
I'm at a
person?
loss for words.
As a married person, Anne?
I just cannot imagine you choosing to spend the rest of your life with someone that you are not in love with. And you're just there for convenience, and then you just want to procreate, and because you're ready, you're financially ready, you're stable.
Gets ko
And
yung
then-
convenience though. I kind of get it.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
man
then-
and woman's perspective too.
I mean, this isn't our topic, but since we're already talking about this, right? What happens in the long run? Will that make your relationship last? Will you grow old together? Because
Actually, let's-
to start you started the relationship with no, kumbaga parang no passion, no love.
Actually, I want to connect that to yung topic natin. Kasi is a short-term relationship and then biglang kinasal after a long-term relationship, is the foundation still as solid?
Well, both of you brought up a very good point, because how can that relationship even last if there was no love?
To begin with,
So now note that I've said a man could get married even if they're not in love. So they can love the woman, but they don't necessarily feel in love, because I feel like love can be learned. Even a plant you can love if you spend so much time with them, because there's attachment, and that attachment grows into love. But especially if you're always with each other. So in love and love is like two different things. For women, they really, really value that feelings of in love. For men, they're like, I can love the person
Yeah,
eventually. So
I understand that. So now the timing, so we talked about biological clock, we talked about the taxi cab theory. Is that one of the reasons why siguro people tend to marry after long-term relationships, even if it's medyo short, the gap?
correct. It could be one of the many possible reasons. Of course, we're not talking about everybody here. Like in research, there's always, you have that core group, and then you also have yung mga outliers, wherein we're just talking about what are the cases No? So it's many of the at least for the guys that we've talked to, they've mentioned about their readiness more than the girl. That's why I was mentioning, kahit you're the right girl, kapag ang man mo is hindi pa stably and financially stable, hindi pa talaga sila ready magpakasal. Kaya napapansin mo minsan, kapag ang guy nakatanggap ng promotion, o kaya nagkaroon ng raise, tumataas yung chance na nagpropose sila. So it's about a man's readiness before they decide on it. Yung security, very important sa man. Makes sense because they have the tendency is, even if this is a modern generation, there's still a huge expectation for man to provide and to step up in relationship. For us, we can get married whenever we feel like it. To be very honest. So that's one
for
of the
those
things that we're seeing.
who recently got out of a long-term relationship and they're thinking of marrying the person they're with kahit na bago-bago pa lang sila. What's your advice for them?
So it takes 6 to 18 months to biochemically recover from that previous relationship, especially if it's
Biochemically recover.
Yes. Because love is a chemical. You have the oxytocin, you have all those chemicals that have, kumbaga, that bonded you with your ex.
Okay.
And so when you jump to a relationship too soon, kumbaga, hindi ka pa nga just like getting drunk, like hindi ka pa nga na-sober from drinking last night, uminom ka na agad para masundutan. Alam mo yun? So, hindi mo na, now your body's a little bit confused. Is the love chemicals that I'm feeling because of my 8 to 10-year relationship, or is it because of the man or the woman right in front of me? So give your body and your heart a break.
Okay.
Recovering and moving on, it's different for everybody, but we've seen like 10 to 18 months, that's when the love chemicals kind of like flush out of your body, and then you're ready to think again very clearly and assess, is this person in front of me a good partner, or do I just have the tendency to be consistent and I want to jump in a relationship again?
So you need time to recover and heal, completely recover and heal before you move on or close the deal with the next person.
Correct. Sometimes we call it mag-dopamine detox ka naman. Kasi kapag in love ka, di ba, high na high ka.
Yeah.
So hindi ka talaga makakaisip ng malinaw if you're in the clouds.
Right.
Pwede bang ma-addict sa dopamine?
Oh my
Ma-addict
gosh.
sa magiging in love?
That's why love is so addictive. It's because of one of those chemicals, dopamine. It feels so good.
Maybe that's why they jump ship really fast.
Yeah.
Diba? After mo ng breakup, next na agad. Kasi
You're right,
they're missing
Ann.
that feeling eh.
Yeah, so it's
Diba?
not really about the person. Parang kahit kanino na makakakuha ako ng dopamine hit to sustain that sarap feeling, then I'm gonna go for that relationship, but not necessarily love the person.
Okay. So this is really, this isn't just a coincidence. It really does happen. And the advice that we want to leave our viewers is to give yourself time to heal
Pahinga ng
before
puso.
you decide to marry your next partner. Diba? Not necessarily as long as yung previous
6 to 18
relationship, but at
months.
least give yourself some time to get rid of the hangover, kumbaga.
Diba?
Yeah.
And Anne, I'm very curious. Maybe like Pao can share a little bit of Pao. What do you think of that? Totoo ba na men marry whoever's in front of them when they're ready?
Alam mo, I wish I could answer, but we're out of time. Thanks as always, Coach V. We really appreciate you being
saved
here.
by the bell.
As always. Oh, tingnan mo. No,
Ang
seryoso.
galing mag-divert.
Look at that time. My gosh, the morning's almost done.
Anong tawag
Wow.
doon pagka swerve?
Ha?
Huli ka ng huli ka pag nag-swerve ka. Oo.
Parang hindi ako papayag. Parang this needs a part 2 because we need to hear Pao's opinion on it.
But that's a wrap on our show this Friday, August 29. Thank you so much for joining us throughout the entire week. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Remember, keep it cool, take it easy, and don't be afraid to swerve away from conversations.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Quick shout out to our home for our awesome podcast set and to my beauty sponsors, Lip Clinic and Pino Beauty Lounge. Have a great day and a great weekend ahead. And always remember to choose joy and spread kindness wherever this day and this weekend takes you. See you again Monday, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!